Dos, tres, y... Bueno, sí.
Hello everybody, hola mi gente, this is Gamalier Sturgis, your broker with Sturgis Realty Group.
And I'm Alan Rios, I'm the realtor with Sturgis Realty Group right here in Metro Atlanta. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, Alan, and today we have some great information. We'll talk about what's going on in the market here in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's a big topic of conversation, the real estate market, and you can't get away from it, Gamalier. You can put on the TV, on the news, that's all they talk about, right?
Yes, definitely.
What's going on with the real estate market? Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? We're going to break it down for you here and talk to you about what's going on here at home in Metro Atlanta.
And as we wrap the summer and all the kids are back to school, we want to give you the information. And obviously, a lot of the renters are already found their home, and everybody's wrapping up the summer. So we want to give you some information so you know what's going on in the real estate market here in the local Atlanta metro area.
All right, so let's get to the numbers, and we're going to talk about different factors that we take a look at that give us an idea of what's going on with the real estate market. And one of them is the amount of homes for sale here in Metro Atlanta.
That's a very important factor because we want to know what's the inventory, what's going on in Atlanta. And currently right now, when we're talking about this information, we're going to give you the information what's going on now as far as in the summer compared to last year.
Yep.
And currently right now, properties for sale, we have around 10,788 homes for sale.
Yeah, compare that to last year at this time, Gamalier, we had a little bit more,
Yes.
2,000 more, 12,787 homes on the market. So a big difference there compared to last summer. But you got to remember, last year we were transitioning in the market with the amount of, as far as interest rates are concerned, you know, they were starting to climb around that time. So
Yes.
The amount of homes this time around, not as great as we saw last summer.
Yes, so you see that there was a lot more inventory available last year for buyers to choose from compared to now there's less and inventory has been decreasing. Now, when we look at the second factor, which is another important factor, which is the month of supply in the market, this number tells you about what's going on in the market also.
Yeah, so month supply, when we talk about that, basically that means the amount of homes on the market and how long it would take for all the homes to go under contract and sell. So right now we are currently at 2.4 months. Last year at this time, we were right around 2 months supply of homes. So pretty close, but we're noticing that tick upward now, Gamalier.
And that's a good thing for buyers again, because
Yep.
they're gonna have an opportunity to get more properties in the market. And also we need to balance the market. Obviously right now,
yeah.
it's been, and it's still a heavily seller market here in Atlanta. So that's something that obviously has to be adjusted.
Yeah, so when we look at that, the month supply, we notice just a tick upward, and that's going to lead us to our next factor that we take a look at, and that's days on the market. So how long does it take for the home to go under contract? Right now, we're seeing right around 9 days compared to last year, Gamalier, we were right around 7 days, right at a week.
Wow, and these numbers are surprisingly, for people to understand what these numbers means, which are so important, is that we're seeing properties sell almost in a week. We're talking about 9 days now versus 7 days. Obviously, you start the numbers increasing, and we really want to see that to have a balanced market, because obviously what's going on is that in the normal market, and we talk about buyer's market, you're looking anywhere between 40, 60 days all the way up to six months.
I know, it's hard to believe.
And hard to believe.
We've been away from that for so long.
Yeah, and we've been away from that, and we're experiencing such a hot selling market that you have seen the demand of buyers and prices could continue to increase. But that as interest rates change and they go up, you start seeing a slowdown, and over time you start seeing more inventory.
Exactly. Another factor we take a look at is median price, and this is a huge factor for people coming on the market or looking to sell their home. They want to get an idea of what their house is going to be worth, or when a buyer's buying a home, they want to know, what's the going rate for prices around the area.
Yes.
And right now, Gamalier, we're sitting at $420,210 median price in Metro Atlanta.
Yeah, and this is an important number again, like you mentioned, because this number, it shows you, gives you an idea if you're a seller how much you could get for your home.
Yeah.
But if you're a buyer, also tells you that this is what you need right now to buy a home. If your budget is below that, you're going to have to do some sacrificing.
Yeah, you will. For sure.
And what you do here, what you look at here, like what you mentioned now is 420,210 versus last year, and this time was 420,000. So it wasn't that much different when we look at the numbers.
And then in between last year and now, we did see some peaks and valleys.
That's correct. Yes.
You know, so it hasn't stayed at 420,000 solid for a year. But just to kind of give you an idea of where the market is going, we've seen home prices climb a little bit. And if you look at even last month, it was a little bit higher than this. We're starting to see the median price trickle downward a little bit.
And what we see, and also over time, as interest rate goes up, we're going to start seeing again more inventory, which will cause prices to go down, which will be better for buyers, obviously, and sellers will lose some of the equity that they have. So definitely, if you're holding in the property and you want to sell and get top dollar, you should be considering putting the house right now in the market.
This is a good time to put your house in the market. All right, another factor, percentage of list price. So this gives us an idea, are homes actually selling what they're asking for? Yes. And right now we are seeing it at 100% currently in the market.
Compared to last year, which was?
100%.
So it was the same. They were getting pretty much full price of where they were coming. But keep in mind for buyers to know behind the scene, you know, when you talk about 100% number, let's say if they will list a property at $400,000 and they get a $400,000, that doesn't talk about what's in the back end, which is some seller contributions sometimes with buyer. When you're working with a good real estate agent, they can represent you and help you. They can also help you not only get the best loan program available with low down payment and some options, but also they're able to negotiate some closing costs and some repair when you do an inspection also.
Yeah, and you got to remember this is the average at 100%. So there are some homes that are selling above asking, right? And we're seeing some homes selling slightly below. But this kind of gives you a ballpark figure of if you were to list your home that you'll probably get close to what you're asking for.
Yes.
All right, so one other factor as we wrap up what's going on here in the real estate market, and it's the most important one, Gamalier.
Everybody's talking about it.
Oh yeah.
You turn the channel and
it's right there in your face.
Yeah.
What are interest rates going to do, right?
Yes.
And currently interest rates right now, a 30-year fixed on average is right around 7.04%. Now, when we look back to last year, Gamalier, we were thinking, boy, rates were starting to climb.
Yes.
We thought that was high.
Everybody thought that.
Now, last year we were at 5.05%, 30-year fixed. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, obviously, when we look at this, what you need to understand is that as interest rate goes up, the payment goes up on the home, but also when prices are going up and interest rate going up, it is very difficult for those people who are starting to look to buy a home for the first time to get in the market.
Yeah.
A lot of the sellers, what they do is it's an easy way because they're able to sell their property, take some of the equity and put it down towards the next purchase. For those people who are beginning to be first-time home buyer, it becomes very difficult because the payment looks very high. But keep in mind that with some of the good news is that banks are rolling a lot of good programs which allow you to put very low down payment, so you bring less money out of your pocket. And at the same time, also you could buy down some of that rate sometimes also. And if you buy new construction, they have special rates, which is normally 2% below the market. So these are things that you could negotiate and look forward when you're working with an experienced agent and you're buying a home. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, and if you're looking to sell a home here in Metro Atlanta, remember, as we mentioned here, it's still a very strong seller's market. However, we are starting to see indications that this could change, Gamalier.
Yes.
So if you're interested in getting your home sold and you've been thinking about it, you're kind of sitting on the fence, reach out to us. We'll help you get started because this is a good time to get it done because eventually, it's, time will only tell. Looks like we will be trending towards a buyer's market.
That's definitely. And also keep in mind that even if you're a buyer and you buy now and you lock down a rate of 7%, later in the future, you can always refinance it. When the interest rate comes down, you can refinance it and get a more comfortable payment also.
Yeah, so we've got solutions for buyers and sellers, no matter what market we're in. All right, so that is a wrap on what's going on here in the Metro Atlanta market. Hopefully we've answered some of those questions that you may have. If you have any additional questions or you have a comment, leave it below our video. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share our videos. We've got a ton of videos in our library on important real estate topics.
Yes, and if you're a buyer who's local in the area, out of state or international, would love to work with you. We're very easy to contact. You can send us an email. You can look the information below in the description. Give us a call. We'd love to help you out. Thank you for watching the video.
Take care. We'll talk to you next time.
Have a great day.
Bueno, sí.